You're staring at rows of TVs at Costco, and they all look identical on the showroom floor. Same sleek bezels, same bright displays, same smart features in the specs. The salesperson is pushing the $600 model with a payment plan. What they're not telling you is that 2 of these TVs will be dead within 3 years, while the others will still be running strong at year 10. The difference? The brand name on the bezel. Here's what's really happening. Reliability in 2026 varies wildly between manufacturers, but the patterns are documented. Consumer Reports surveyed 97,554 TV owners. RTINGS ran 102 TVs for 18,000 hours straight, and thousands of buyers are reporting their regrets online. Some brands deliver on their promises, while others are engineered to fail the month after warranty expires. The stakes are real, because a bad TV choice means either eating a $900 loss at month 25 or spending years frustrated every time you turn the thing on. We're ranking 10 TV options from biggest regrets to safest bets. This isn't about which has the brightest panel or the fanciest processor. This is about which TVs actually last and which leave you wishing you'd spent the extra $200. Walmart just acquired Vizio for $2.3 billion in December 2025. And Consumer Reports stripped their recommendation from multiple Hisense and Vizio models due to reliability concerns. LG, Samsung, and Sony earned the highest marks for owner satisfaction. Meanwhile, brands you've never heard of are dominating bottom-shelf sales at prices that seem too good to be true because they are. Number 10. Westinghouse. The name that means nothing anymore. Let's start at the absolute bottom with Westinghouse TVs. The name sounds reputable because it used to be back when Westinghouse made actual appliances and electronics. Now it's just a licensed brand slapped on panels sourced from whoever bids lowest that month. Consumer Reports analysis of almost 200,000 surveys found Westinghouse was the least reliable brand they had sufficient data on. A VS Forum users confirmed it. Westinghouse was the least reliable of all the brands Consumer Reports has sufficient data on. Here's the pattern. The TV works fine for 6 to 14 months, and then catastrophic failure. One owner described it. Purchased a 26-inch LED TV in July 2011. The television was placed in a spare bedroom. It was used maybe 4 or 5 times. When the TV is turned on now, there is only a blank screen. That's a TV that barely got used and still died. Another Westinghouse owner reported, "The picture would go out if the volume was too loud. I mastered that. Now I have no picture at all. What gives? I thought Westinghouse was a good product. I would never buy a TV they make again." The customer service is where it gets worse. One buyer left their TV in the box unopened after purchase. When they finally installed it months later, it worked for 10 hours and died. Westinghouse refused warranty coverage, claiming it had been damaged and was out of warranty despite being brand new. That's the kind of runaround you get with bargain brands. Bottom line, a Westinghouse TV selling for $250 at Walmart is not a deal, and it's a gamble you're statistically likely to lose. Number 9. Element, the disposable TV. Element TVs sit right next to Westinghouse in the reliability basement. Consumer Reports gave Element a subpar reliability rating, and recent owner experiences confirm nothing has improved. One owner bought an 86-inch Element in 2025 and described the nightmare. "The TV completely shuts off and restarts as I am watching Prime Video. It seems the TV does not like the ads. Every time an ad comes on, the TV completely shuts off and restarts. When I try to Smart View from my tablet, the connection does not hold and completely drops out." Another Element owner summed it up. Never in my life will I buy or accept a free Element TV. I have more problems with this piece of junk. It makes me angry trying to watch TV. Disconnects from Wi-Fi, times out, HDMI disconnects. This brand is a major piece of trash, going in the garbage. The common failures are Wi-Fi disconnects, apps crashing, HDMI ports dying, and the TV randomly shutting off and refusing to restart until it's been unplugged for several minutes. One owner noted their 4-month-old Element will disconnect from Wi-Fi a lot, and I either have to turn it off and back on until it connects, or it will make you reset up your Wi-Fi connection password and all. On the remote will try to turn up the volume, and it will go to max volume and won't stop until you pull the batteries. Best Buy Q&A users recommend avoiding Element entirely. I wouldn't recommend Element. The off-brand sets just aren't worth the savings. They have high failure rates and are poorly supported if parts or repairs are ever needed. Bottom line, Element TVs are throwaway electronics. Budget $300 every 2 years if you go this route, not $300 once. Number 8, RCA, the Ghost brand. RCA is another licensed name with zero connection to the original company that made quality electronics decades ago. Now it's Chinese panels with an American brand slapped on for trust. Consumer Reports lists RCA among brands with subpar reliability ratings. The specific complaint pattern for RCA matches Element and Westinghouse. Works fine initially, then catastrophic failure between months 12 and 24, usually right after warranty expires. AVS forum users discussing budget brands note that RCA sits in the everything else made in Asia by large corporations you've never heard of, but likely branded via a licensing agreement with familiar legacy names category. One tech explained, they undercut Samsung and LG on price and have to cut some corners to do it. Expect a little higher defect and return rates. The problem with RCA is you're paying for a name that means nothing. A $350 RCA TV uses the same panels and components as a $300 Element or Westinghouse, just with slightly better brand recognition to justify the extra $50. Bottom line, if you're going budget, at least buy the cheapest option so you're not overpaying for a fake legacy brand. Number 7, Vizio, the reliability lottery. Here's where it gets complicated. Vizio used to be a solid budget option. Many owners report TVs lasting 6 to 10 years without issues. But Consumer Reports removed their recommendation from 7 Vizio models in 2019 due to reliability concerns. And recent 2025 to 2026 reviews suggest the problems haven't been fixed. Consumer Reports estimates 20% of Vizio TVs will experience problems within the first 5 years. Compare that to Sony at 11%, and you're nearly doubling your failure risk. One owner on Best Buy Q&A described their experience. I purchased 3 Vizio TVs in the last 2.5 years. None are working today. One has no working HDMI ports. One has no picture. One has no working apps and cannot be cast to. The picture on each was very good, but if a TV only lasts 3 years, it's garbage. Stay away from Vizio. But here's the twist. Other owners report completely different experiences. One user said, I own 5 Vizio flat screens of various sizes. Based upon my experience, Vizio makes a very good TV for the money. The oldest Vizio I have is about 5 years old. I have not had any problems and it still works great. The issue is, Vizio isn't a manufacturer. They're a marketing company sourcing panels from multiple OEMs. One model might be reliable, another might be garbage, and you won't know which until you've owned it for 18 months. It's a panel lottery. The most common complaints are streaming apps freezing, Wi-Fi connectivity issues, the TV randomly shutting off and rebooting, and HDMI ports dying. T1 owner reported, "We bought a 75-inch Vizio in August 2018. Since that time, Vizio replaced our TV 4 times, and each time the TV has the exact same issue of turning itself off and rebooting. With each new TV came new problems." Then Walmart acquired Vizio for $2.3 billion in December 2025, and the future is uncertain. Will quality improve, or will Walmart push even more aggressive cost-cutting? Bottom line, Vizio is a gamble. If you buy one, and get it from Costco for the extended warranty and 90-day return window. If it survives 6 months, you might get lucky. Number 6. Insignia, Best Buy's house brand. Wildcard, Insignia is Best Buy's house brand, and reliability is all over the map depending on which series you buy. Consumer Reports data suggests Insignia fares better than Westinghouse, Element, and RCA, but that's a low bar. The advantage with Insignia is Best Buy's return policy and in-store support. If it fails, well, you can walk it back to the store. The disadvantage is build quality varies wildly between models, and you're still dealing with budget-tier components. One AVS forum user noted, "I actually tried a 50-inch Insignia and returned it due to really bad imperfections on the panel." Another said, "Insignia is a crapshoot also, but I probably would consider that over the others." The pattern with Insignia is, it works fine for basic TV watching, but struggles with smart features and longevity past 3 years. If you're buying one as a bedroom TV that sees light use, it'll probably be fine. If you're making it your main living room TV with heavy daily use, expect issues by year 2. Bottom line, Insignia is acceptable as a secondary TV if bought on deep discount, but don't trust it as your primary set. Number 5. Hisense. Bright and cheap, but breaks. Hisense delivers legitimately impressive picture quality for the price. The U8 QG hits over 3,000 nits peak brightness, crushes HDR content, and costs $750 to $900 for a 65-inch. The problem? Consumer Reports removed their recommendation from 2 Hisense models due to reliability concerns. Consumer Reports estimates a 68% failure rate within 2 years for some Hisense models based on their surveys. Tom's Guide called the U8 QG their mid-range recommendation for 2025 to 2026, but that's based on performance, not longevity. The most common failures are horizontal lines appearing on screen, backlight failures, and HDMI ports dying. One user described, "Had my U8 QG for 8 months. Thin white line appeared across the middle of the screen. Contacted Hisense warranty. 3 weeks of back and forth, they finally agreed to send a replacement. She took 2 months total." Another owner explained the customer service nightmare. Hisense uses a third-party company called Jeeves for warranty service. The coordination is terrible. They kept asking for the same information multiple times, wouldn't commit to a repair timeline, and eventually just stopped responding. If you get a good unit, the Hisense U8 QG delivers flagship performance at mid-range prices, but you're rolling dice with a 68% chance of problems. That's not acceptable for an $800 purchase. Bottom line, great picture quality if you win the panel lottery, but the odds are against you. Only buy with extended warranty from a retailer with solid return policies. Number 4. TCL, the budget brand that actually works. TCL has earned a reputation as the budget brand that doesn't suck. Consumer Reports gave TCL owner satisfaction ratings just 1 notch below LG, Samsung, and Sony. RTINGS longevity testing showed TCL performed well, and real-world owner experiences back it up. The key difference is TCL's higher-end models actually deliver. The QM7K at $900 to $1,100 for 65-inch uses, mini LED with quantum dots. hits 1,300 to 1,500 nits peak brightness and includes gaming features like 120 Hz and low input lag. Tom's Guide called it a value-packed blend of excellent performance and gaming features. One AVS forum user explained why TCL works. Had my TCL 6 series for 3 years, now bought the QM7K. Zero problems with either. Picture quality is great and the price is fair. The reliability pattern with TCL is their 3 series and 4 series budget models are disposable garbage, but the 5 series and up are solid. You're not getting Samsung build quality, but you're getting performance that rivals TVs costing twice as much. The interface is Google TV, which is fast, clean, and gets regular updates. TCL committed to software support, so you won't be abandoned in 2 years like with budget brands. Bottom line, skip TCL's bottom-tier models entirely, but the QM6K at $500 and up represents legitimate value if you're budget-conscious but want reliability. Number 3. Sony, the overpriced safe choice. Sony earned the highest trust rating from Life Story Research's 2025 study, and Consumer Reports gave them 80 points for customer satisfaction. The Bravia 8 II delivers industry-leading image processing and the most balanced, natural picture quality you can buy. Consumer Reports reliability data shows only 11% of Sony owners report issues within 5 years. That's half the failure rate of Vizio and a fraction of Hisense's problems. One smart home sounds reviewer noted that Sony produces more balanced and natural visuals compared to Samsung counterparts. The Bravia 8 II uses Google TV, includes exceptional gaming features for PlayStation, and delivers what Wired called the most immersive viewing experience. The problem with Sony is price. That you're paying a 30 to 50% premium over comparable performance from LG or Samsung. A 65-inch Sony Bravia 8 runs $1,800 to $2,000, while an LG C5 with similar picture quality costs $1,400 to $1,600. Are you getting better reliability? Yes. Sony TVs commonly last 10+ years, but you're paying flagship prices for what amounts to excellent but not revolutionary performance. Bottom line, Sony is the safe choice if budget isn't a concern. But you're overpaying for brand prestige when LG and Samsung deliver 90% of the performance for significantly less money. Number 2, LG OLED done right. LG manufactures over 60% of the world's OLED panels, including the ones inside your Sony. They perfected OLED technology, and the C5 OLED earned a perfect 5-star rating from Tom's Guide, which called it the best TV of 2026 for now. Consumer Reports gave LG their highest mark for owner satisfaction alongside Samsung and Sony. When the C5 delivers perfect blacks, infinite contrast, and viewing angles that don't degrade from the sides. Peak brightness hits around 700 to 800 nits. Colors are accurate out of the box, and motion handling is smooth. The 65-inch C5 sells for $1,400 to $1,600, which is significantly less than Sony, while delivering OLED picture quality that blows away anything LCD can do. LG committed to 7 years of software support, so the TV will stay functional long after cheaper options lose app support. Now the B5 at $1,000 to $1,200 for 55-inch uses the same panel as the C5 with a less powerful processor, making it the value OLED sweet spot. A VS Forum users consistently recommend it as the best value in OLEDs. The concern with any OLED is burn-in, but Tom's Hardware's 3-year test showed modern panels last well beyond 10,000 hours with proper care. For normal viewing habits, burn-in isn't a realistic concern. LG also extended their OLED panel warranty to 5 years in North America with registration, which is double the industry standard. Bottom line, if your budget stretches to $1,000 plus, LG delivers the best combination of OLED picture quality, reliability, and long-term software support. This is the smart buy. Number 1. Samsung, the reliability king. Samsung swept the 2024 American Customer Satisfaction Index for TVs and appliances. And House Digest named them the most reliable TV brand of 2025 after reviewing testing data and consumer feedback. Their reliability rating hits 93 out of 100, and Consumer Reports consistently ranks them among the top 5 brands for picture quality. The S9 5FQD OLED earned CNET's Editor's Choice for Best Picture Quality in 2025, TechR Radar's TV of the Year Award, and RTINGS named it the best overall TV they tested. It delivers brighter, more vibrant colors than LG's WOLED, and the glare-free matte screen handles ambient light better than any competitor. Consumer Reports found only 7% of Samsung owners reported serious issues by year 5, compared to 15% for budget brands. Samsung manufactures their own panels, which means fewer panel lottery shocks. Tizen OS gets updates even for 2019 models, which is rare when competitors abandon support after 2 years. RTINGS' longevity test showed Samsung's QD OLED had imperceptible color shift after 10,000 hours, while cheaper brands showed significant degradation. Samsung also offers in-home service for 65-inch plus sets under warranty, which is huge when you don't want to haul a 77-inch OLED downstairs. The downside? Samsung doesn't support Dolby Vision, only their proprietary HDR10 Plus format. For most people, HDR10 Plus gets 90% of the way there, but cinephiles with high-end media servers will miss Dolby Vision. The other issue is price. The 65-inch S95F launched at $2,499 and currently sells for around $1,899. You're paying a premium, but you're getting genuinely better reliability, software support, and customer service. Bottom line, if you can afford Samsung, you're buying peace of mind. Their TVs last 10+ years, customer service actually helps, and the picture quality justifies the price. Here's your takeaway. In 2026, reliability matters more than specs because a TV with perfect blacks doesn't matter if it's dead at month 26. Avoid Westinghouse, Element, and RCA entirely. Vizio and Hisense are gambles that might pay off or might leave you with expensive paperweights. TCL works if you stick to their mid-tier models and up. Sony, LG, and Samsung cost more upfront, but deliver the reliability that justifies the investment. Drop a comment. Which TV brand has lasted longest in your house? And which one failed fastest? Real owner experiences cut through the marketing better than any review. And if this ranking saved you from buying a TV that would have died in 2 years, hit subscribe. Because next week, we're breaking down which deals at Costco and Best Buy are actually clearance models they're desperate to get rid of before the 2026 lineup arrives. You'll want to know which Black Friday doorbusters are legitimate steals and which are rebranded garbage.